When I found out that Simon was retiring, I immediately thought of two things. First, he's going to be on that bike in the gym for 7 hours a day. I've got to do something about that. And secondly, I think there's going to be a massive tsunami of perspiration washing over Massachusetts in the near future. Well, mate, you've been a great friend to me and many more of us in this room here today. And you are a true visionary in this industry. And the meeting we sit in here today wouldn't be here without you. So, for all of us here, enjoy your retirement. I'm sure you'll have fun.
Hi, Simon. I have had the honor and privilege of knowing you for almost 30 years now. Congratulations on a remarkable career. You have been the heart and the soul of ESCO and have the respect of an entire industry. On a personal note, I want to thank you so much for everything you've done for me in my career and most of all your friendship. I wish you and your family all the best, and I'm sure going to miss you. Take care, my friend.
Hey Simon, Stephen Kaufman here, wishing you a happy retirement. One of the fun things, and maybe dangerous things to do to somebody when they're retiring, is to Google them. And in this case, I think I'm going to Google your image, which I did, and sure enough, you pop up. I'm not sure if this is you here with the propeller head, but I think it's very possible. Let's do another type of search. Let's go and do a similar image search, if you guys are familiar with that. The search by image will upload an image of none other than our own Simon James. It uploads the file, and then I'm going to scroll through and see what Google thinks looks like Simon James. I think as you see here, it's pretty close to perfect. It's got you pretty much nailed. These are all your lookalikes. A couple of the nose rings on the wrong side. I saw that. But in general, I think all of them are close. This one in particular is not perfect. Anyway, after having looked at that, we do all want to wish you the happiest retirement. And it's been a pleasure to work with you. And we know you're not going to just go sit in a lounge chair somewhere, but you're going to be out doing something fantastic. So, again, happy retirement.
Hey everyone, it's Tom and Carrie. First off, hello to all of our Augie, Esco, and Barco friends. Have a great meeting. Hey Simon, congratulations on your retirement. We miss you.
Happy retirement. Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy retirement, Simon.
Hi guys. Hey, we're here. We thought, Simon, isn't this your vacation destination? Where are you? Just joking. So I grew your retirement beard already for you. Of course, that'll come off as I start work again on Monday. But wanted to wish you a great, happy retirement. You obviously deserve it. You worked so many years building this industry and making it what it is, and we're all very grateful for it. And I think probably most importantly is your style of, being such a caring person for your staff. Something I'll cherish and I'll always implement in my years ahead. So from your future retirement resort location, which probably you won't visit because I'm sure you're already into 5 different projects right now. But we'll see you at a place like this sometime soon. Bye. Bye-bye.
Hi there, Simon. Remember how once you sneaked me into an Augie meeting undercover? After that, structure and graphic designers got together, and later the packaging industry moved towards collaboration. All because of you, Simon. I salute you, sir, for being a passionate visionary, a great team captain, a strong customer advocate, a great colleague to work with, and always and above all, a warm friend. Take time now to enjoy the good things in life. All the best, and cheers!
This is actually from the Ludlow office.
Wow. So this is the picture, but the most important thing about this, I think, for me, is the fact that it says the memories and the friendships will last forever. And that's essentially what I want to talk about later on when I get my 60 seconds.
Almost your turn.
Almost my
But most,
I gave it now.
You're on, Simon?
you have the stage.
Well, for those who got involved in that, thank you so much. I wasn't aware that that was going to happen, and it's a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. Of course, overwhelming started a little earlier for me today when I was sitting outside in that damn bull. You'd think, but actually, and I am going to kill Tim. You might run, boy. You'd think after a lifetime of sales and marketing, I would have been more accustomed to sitting on a lot of bull, but it took me I'd never used that much bull before physically. Anyway, as Carsten has said, and you've seen, after 35 years, I've retired, and when I retired in January, I'm really grateful to you, Carsten, for giving me a chance to come back here. Over the last 35 years, your colleagues and your partners, the man sitting on the bicycle, thank you, Andy, and you as customers, really become part of an extended family. And I really didn't want to just disappear into the sunset without getting a chance to say thank you very much indeed and sort of goodbye in person. So I'll be around till Wednesday. But before I deal with this in more detail, I just want to talk for 2 seconds, mostly because since I've been embarrassed for the last 10 minutes or so, I want to embarrass my wife. But in truth, anybody who knows Fisty and I will know that actually without Fisty, I'm pretty much nothing. You know, a lot of my friends have comments to me like, you know, she's younger than you, much. You know, she's smarter than you, and much. And things like that. You know, she's actually better looking than you, which came as a surprise, much. And so it is. You know, for those of you who don't know us that well, you know, but I just take 2 seconds here to tell you a couple of stories because she has been as much contributor towards my efforts to Esko as I have. You know, in the early years, the first year we were here, there were just the two of us over here selling software that hadn't been written yet, which Tim yelled at me for a long time about. And he told me that I did that for the rest of my career. I was selling things he didn't have. Apologies to anybody who suffered by that. We also sold a laser that had never been sold before, and sometimes money was short, and there were certainly some weeks when we could feed the dog, or we could put gas in the car and I could go and sell, or we could feed ourselves. And there was one week I remember when I was gone and trying to con customers into buying me lunch, when Fisty and our dog lived on a gallon of ice cream. In the second year, she worked 18 hours a day because she was working full-time in a hospital and coming back in the evenings and doing our books. And decades followed when I was off trying to run sales in Europe and gone 2 weeks out of 4, or some crisis would happen and I'd disappear, and every year I'd promise it would be different the year after that, and I'm still promising that, and I'm not sure it's true yet, but I'm pretending that it's going to be true. But anyway, the probably only bad decision she's ever made in her life is agreeing to marry me, and I put that down to the fact that we were ski bums at the time, and everything looked good when you were a ski bum, you know, just the next day was always going to be better, the snow was going to fall, and so she said yes. I'm not sure what she was saying yes to, but we got married anyway. So anyway, I'd like you to join with me in paying tribute to my wife. I know that my career would not have been possible without her, and in actual fact, a lot of what I've done here would not have been possible either. So if you can join me in... So a few more seconds and I'll be out of here. But I did want to come here, as I said, to thank you and what have you. When Tim and I first started the CAD side of this thing, I'm told 23 or 24 years ago, we budgeted about $100,000 a year to start the user group meeting, which for us in those days as a little company was a lot of money. But we always believed that it was the best investment we ever made. It's occasions like this where, you know, it had a focal point for the information we gathered from our customers, and it had a definite line in the sand for when we were going to have to deliver because George and Tim and Llewellyn and Keith endlessly stood up and had to do things. And that process has followed on now to handle not just obviously RDS-CAD, but all of our graphics and tables and everything else like that. And for that, I can't thank you enough. I still believe passionately in it. What you're doing here today is unbelievably valuable, both to us and hopefully to yourselves later on. But that's the business side of the house. As we heard earlier, you get a chance over 35 years to meet with colleagues and with partners and with you all. And I don't much miss, although Carsten is undoubtedly a wonderful boss, I don't say that anymore, but now I can. I don't much miss the endless pressure and the getting up and the weekly reports and monthly reports and what have you. I like getting up and going writing. But what I really do miss is my colleagues, and what I really do miss is the interface that I had with so many of you out here. And that's it. Bye.